Good morning. So, yeah, I'm gonna just do this message for you, okay? I will do something different later. So, let me start it off like this. I know telepathically I say these things, but I feel like I have to do, like I tell you before, I have to do certain videos direct, so you can actually see me and know that it's real. Alright, so first and foremost, I need to understand that right now when I talk to you, it's not going to be the soft, super emotional side at this moment. Okay, you understand? At this moment. And the only reason why, as I explained to you the other day, is because of the situation I'm currently in, and because all of these attacks and all of this stuff, I can't allow my guard down at this moment, because these mother suckers knows what's going on, okay? And the energy that is still somewhat attached to you knows what's going on, and everybody trying to catch me low level, and I can't have that. So I need to understand that when I talk to you, I know I'm sounding kind of hard right now. I'm more tapped into that masculine side right now, okay? All right, and I don't want to be this way with the situation with what you told me. I know you're a strong person. However, I'm taking that out of the equation. Just because you're a strong person don't mean you can't have a weak moment, okay? So I'm taking that out, and I'm looking at you as the little boy, okay? That's how I'm looking at you as. And okay, are you okay? You okay? All right. That's the outside of you. Inside, mentally, are you okay? Okay. Do you feel like this has taken a weight off your shoulders? Okay. Do you feel like there's more that need to be done? Okay. Do you still feel like you're still traumatized by that? Okay. You said what? You didn't know. You said people gonna look at you crazy. You said they gonna catch you as a gay nigga. Well, the thing about this is this. Currently at this moment, they're gonna look at you like that because that's how they was taught, that's how they was raised. And right now it's levels, it's steps to everything. I get that this is how a lot of the guys are gonna look at situations, and I know that this is not an easy thing to put out there, because you're trying to, you're a man. You are a man at the beginning and the end of the day. You're a man. So it's like, I get that being around other guys, they're going to look at you as a female form instead of a man because of something you done. Whenever you talk or whenever you do something or you offer something, they're going to look at you sideways. But we have to realize that, like I said in another video, we ain't that far from slavery. You understand? We're not far from a lot of crazy stuff. So we have to take this opportunity to teach people how to look at things differently. See, in this situation right now, all we can do is continue praying for people to see the truth, because we live in a bunch of lies, and we're taught that if a person do this little thing, it debunks everything, and that ain't how it's supposed to be. life is a trial and error. We're gonna all try. Everybody gonna try something eventually. You understand? Everybody gonna do something that they may say I would never have done, and this and that eventually. That's just life. But the thing about it is, don't focus on what people think about you. Don't focus on what people feel about you. You're telling your truth, and that's all that matters. And yeah, you told the whole world, and people can say, well, what about your family? Yeah, what about my family? Because if family was there, that would never happen. For every action, there's a reaction. I ain't worrying about what family think right now. Because if family was paying attention to me, family would have knew this long time ago. Why it take me 6, 7, or 8 years to go through that process? And now you 47 years old? So what happened to those 40 years? You understand? That's the problem we have in this world. We try to protect our family, but the family ain't protecting us. That's why they always say, oh, blood thicker than water. No, it ain't. That's just a state of mind. No, it ain't. Family could be anybody in the goddamn world. It could be the person you meet the next day, and they could be more family than the family you with. Ain't no different than me, but I ain't gonna talk about me because it ain't about me. But you understand me. This is about you right now. And the thing about it is, we have to stop worrying about, oh, we gotta protect this and protect that. By you standing out here saying it, you protecting the ones that need to be protected. You know who those are? Your kids. That's who you protecting. You can't focus on the past. Everybody grown mother suckers now. But you can protect your kids. You can protect, I'm going to say it like, you can protect our kids. I'm going to stand on that. Okay? That's what you're doing. You putting it out there so they don't become a victim of that society. And maybe they can teach the other kids around them about these certain things too. And maybe whenever they get older, they can make sure that their kids don't do it. See, this is all a learning process for everyone. But the main focus right now is, are you okay? You took it off your shoulders. I know it has to feel amazing over that weight off. I know it has to. It's scary because you've been so used to that weight for so long, especially all of this stuff. You've been having all this weight on your back for so long. Living this crazy life in this crazy situation and having people to play mind games and manipulation on you for so long that you didn't even know who you was. You was everybody but yourself. Now you get to live your life. Now you get to be free and happy with the life you create, not everybody else's opinions. That's what you should focus on. Yeah, what happened happened. Can't take it back. You can't. And I understand that because of what happened, I'm gonna call it out. Because of what happened, even though you trying to, you running, it's not that you running from it. You know right from wrong. But it's like this, when you taste something, it's that flavor can still be in your mouth. And I get that. Don't mean we want to go back. But sometimes those thoughts, that food still pops up in your head sometimes. And you think about these things because you're not satisfied with anything else around you. You've been around all these females and you deal with all these business deals and you do the music and you do everything else. You've done everything and you're still not happy. So your mind go back to those thoughts and you wonder, is that what really make me happy? And you question yourself, is that what I'm supposed to do? But at the end of the day, the one thing that you haven't tried is loving you. And see, that's what get us caught up. A lot of times they ain't no different than a person drinking, a person's on drugs, sex addictions. That's what happened. When you leave something, right? And you go out in the world and you're trying to be something great and you try to do great, and then it's like the whole world is just against you. Don't matter if you in the light or you're not in the light. You just like, God dog, like every time I turn around, these mother suckers over here trying to get money off me. These over here trying to make me do things I'm tired of doing. I'm not happy with this. I'm not happy with that. When I sexed off everything you could think of and I'm still not happy. So what in the world, man? What in the world? And then those thoughts come back, and then you remember the one time you felt love. Remember I tell you another video? What happens when nobody around us? We get ourselves caught up in stuff, and that's what we find love at. So now you questioning, was that real love? What was going on, was that real love? So is that what I'm supposed to be at? Now you're going back in the past. Now you're going back to old traumas and old situations. Now you got the whole world at your throat, and then you got your past at your throat, and all you doing is like, can somebody help me breathe? Because see, when it came to God, you was lied about God. Then I come around and you're like, who the heck is this chick keep popping up? But at the same time, it's not so much of me popping up. Like I told you, I don't know if it was telegraphed or what, but like I told you, when my energy reflect is like a mirror, right? I mirror people bad stuff. I mirrored your good stuff because you was already in the bad. You were so deep in it that if I were to show a reflection of the evil or the bad, you've been more happier with it. So I had to do the opposite. So when you decided to be me, it wasn't just by, oh, this is the man, now I'm gonna do this, I can be this role, I ain't gotta be my past anymore, I could be this. Nah, I am you. I'm you. That same energy, the same thing you see, I'm only showing you. We're just alike. And I need you to see that you are a good person. You're not who you was. You're not who these people trying to portray you to be. You're not this fake world. You're not that. Yeah, you was put in it long time ago through different things, and I know you holding a lot of that stuff over your shoulder, especially when it comes to me. However, I know the truths. Like I always say, a person ain't born evil, they learn evil. You wasn't born evil, you learned evil. And all you ever seen was evil. So every time, even when you try to put your head up and look on the outside, you just saw more evil. So you just felt like, this is my world. It's time for you to create the world that you always wanted. And if people ain't happy with it, fuck them. Not literally, but I'm just saying. I don't care. Sometimes tunnel vision is an amazing thing. Yeah, we need to be able to see what's going on around us, but when we believe in the source, we don't have to worry about what's around us, because we only seeing what we need to see. We block out all the noise. And when it comes to your sexuality, I'm like this. If you straight or you bi, it doesn't matter to me. My thing is, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. You understand? That's it. It ain't no different than you or anyone in the world. As long you are at peace with yourself. We'll focus on the logistics later. You understand? I'm not going to look down at you. I'm not going to take you down a notch and look at you sideways like, if this dude is around, is he looking at? I ain't got time for all that. Okay? If there's something wrong or something bothering you, just talk. Like right now, I took the crown off. I took the titles off. I'm talking to you like we best friends. We are best friends. You're my friend. That's what I'm talking to you as. I tell you, I don't know all that other stuff. I ain't stressing all of that. Okay? I'ma always be your friend. That's what I'm gonna be first. I know what the titles are, but I'ma always talk to you as a friend because I can understand you that level. When you start throwing all this other titles, then there's authorities and I ain't got time for all of that. It's boring. So I stay on this level. Allow me to still have that childlike spirit. When you get into other stuff, now you grown and it's like y'all stale. So I'm just saying, like, don't allow this situation to affect you. When it comes to your cousin, he can't really do nothing because I know he was extorting you. I already know that. I already know. He was trying to get money off of you. Instead of healing from the situation and y'all talking it out or figuring something out, he utilized the opportunity to extort you for years. For years. And my thing is this: if you can, I understand people got pain, but true pain is trying to walk away from everything. They don't want to be tied to nothing. Okay, there's two parts of pain. You don't want to be tied to nothing. You screw me over that bad. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want nothing from you. I don't want to see you. I don't like you. Nothing. Cut off. Then you got the other side. The other side is where, like for y'all situation, he liked it more than you think. And it's more that it's an emotional attachment. Instead of him acknowledging the truth of what he feels, and now he's in a world where he realizes that's what he truly wants to be, and he's not acknowledging that, so he's taking his energy out on you. See, this is the thing. A person cannot, when it comes as kids, I'm going to tell you something I need you to understand. When we as kids, right, yes, we all explore different things. But there are always kids that sit back and say, I don't want to do that. Okay? So you can't sit back and say that, how can I say this? You can tell. Now I'm going to say this. Unless you knew that he was like, didn't want to do it, and you like, hey, you got to do it, then that's something different. But for as long as it was, he was my energy. As long as it was, he was a willing participant because he wanted to explore that just as much as you did. So don't allow yourself to put that weight on you now. Let me say this: I'm not chiming into the energy, so I could be wrong. Now, unless you did something to make him feel like he should, that's something different. But if he was willing and he came to you sometimes, okay, he came to you sometimes. So guess what? It wasn't so much that you actually got him into it. It was something that he wanted to experience as well. And he's trying to, okay, I'm chiming in now. And he tried to flip the script. Like if you did this to him, you put him into this life. Nah, we all kids. We all explore. And there's times when in my life I could have been evil a long time ago when I was a kid, but I chose not to. You understand me? See, we even as kids, look at kids today, even as kids, we know when to say no. Okay? We know when to say no. But if we end up saying yeah, it's because there's a point where we kind of curious ourselves. It only take the size of a mustard seed to be curious enough to try something. Some people have that faith to do, and some people have that same amount of faith to stop. So when he went into the extortion side, now that ain't your issue anymore. Just to let you know. Because if he was a true victim of the situation, he wouldn't want nothing from you. Do you understand? So don't sit back and think, man, what if I, his life and his family, nah, Once you start trying to pull money out of people and use them, nah, you're no victim anymore. You're a criminal. You're a complete criminal. And you can't take that to the bank. You can't take that to the courthouse. You can't do none of that because you had opportunity to stand up. He could have called. Even as long as it was, he could have went to the police department. He could have wrote a statement. He could have told somebody to press charges. He could have did all of that, but he was able to get money out of you. Yeah, that's not a victim anymore. That's a criminal. See all the stuff I've been through? You understand me? What we doing? We going to the judge. One in the outside world, one in the inside world. Cut off game. See? So don't let that mess fool you, and don't let the family sit there and fool you either. Don't let them sit back and, why you do this? Why you do that? Y'all can kick rocks too. Why you worrying about him for? Where is the concern about me and saying, hey, are you good? Are you alright? Can I give you a hug? I'm sorry. That's really what we need to be hearing. I'm sorry. Because we don't act out just to be doing it. We all act out because something is going on. Something is deeply rooted within us that's going on. That's causing us to feel like we need to project energy. See, when we don't know how to handle the energy, we project it on somebody else. Sometimes you can put it into working hard. You can go out here and can be the nightlight, or you can go out here and present it in ways how you've been doing certain things. There's a lot of energy that you've been projecting out, but you have to in a way because we have to provide the knowledge to the world that, hey, I ain't the only one. That's why everybody is malfunctioning. All these robots are malfunctioning because we are holding on to stuff that we should not be holding on to. And I'm not saying everybody got to go out here and televise it, but when you have a platform, your platform is not just about being creative for your purpose, but it's out here to provide the information of what you had to go through from a child to adult to get to that point. See, motivation starts when you're younger and it pushes you up. So that motivation could be a happy home. It could be traumatic situations. All of these things. That's what the platform is for. To help others to know that, hey, I was screwed up and look at me. Or, hey, I had a nice life and look at me. But 90% of the people that is in your platform was traumatized at some form. So you're not alone. I'm here for you. And I need to understand that this is not your fault. Okay? You was a child. As a child, we do as a child. And when we ain't got other people around, it's not our fault. However, I need to be mindful when it comes to like your dad and them, because I know you probably got mad at him and you took a lot of anger out on him and stuff like that. And because you was going through with the stuff with your mom and your dad and all of that, and it's like, yo, like, if you was there for me like you supposed to, when it left me, I wouldn't have been in this situation. I wouldn't have been looking for a man figure in another child. I would have had it in you, but you was gone because you didn't want to do what you supposed to do, and you just left. Right? You left me in this situation. You didn't talk to me about these things. Did he talk to you about it? Oh, you talked about it. Okay, here's another part. I ain't chiming in, but we about to chime in. Okay, I don't have to ask questions. So he talked to you about sex at a young age. Did he show you the stuff at a young age? That's how he talked to you about it. He showed it to you. And that was the end of that. Okay. That can happen too. I tell you. And that's when he, okay. So when you be back with your mom, you go rambling and you searching because it was like a high. It's like, ooh, let me see, is there something else? And then when you saw the stuff that your mom had, and it was with females, with guys, you saw how the guy was super happy. And when you saw how he was happy, you was like, well, this make you happy, maybe it'll make me happy. Yeah. Because when you ain't happy with nothing else, you gotta search for it somewhere else. Yeah, so that means, so that's why you've been mad at him deep down, because he's the one that opened the door for you. And if he would never open that door, you would never went through, your life would never, you feel like because of that moment, your life hasn't been the same. And you feel like that's why you was out here in the streets like you was, because you had to prove to yourself you wasn't like that. And that's why you mess with so many females, and that's why sex became a big thing, porn became a big thing, and then you got into this crazy world with these mother suckers, and they showed you some new things, and it just made your mind go even further out there. And deep down, you still had those thoughts, and it's like the more you try to get away from it and that world, the more the thoughts still came, because it was trauma. It was still stuck to you. So you try to sex off your traumas. You ain't the only one. Majority of people in the world going through the same thing. It's a cover up. Like, all I say is, in our reality form, we can't go backwards. We can't change time. I'm just talking as a face-to-face reality, not for who we are, but face-to-face, we can't change that. And all I can say is, you can forgive your dad for it, and forgive your mom for it. Holding a grudge to them ain't gonna make life any better. And who knows what they've been through. And this is the thing. If he taught you like that, then someone else could have taught him like that. You don't know what he's done. You understand? So don't hold none of this stuff over your head, and don't hold it on anybody else's head, and don't regret nothing you've been through. I don't care how many people you've had sex with, thought with, whatever, and I'm like this, man. I'm about to flip the script off of all of this. You see how freaking amazing you are. Like, yo. Like, look at you. Look at all of this. Like, look at what you've been through, and look where you at. You could have let that whole thing destroy you. You could have let that whole thing put you down, and you could have been on the street. You could have been strung out. You could have been living that life the whole entire time and never became who you are today. I applaud you. You didn't let it ruin you. That is what you should be focusing on. You are a true success story. You went through the traumatic situations. You got into this game knowing the way what was going on with you, and you got into this game being this was so crazy. But again, you was yourself. Your true identity. You was yourself. You came in the game as yourself. Right? Putting all the truths out there from the get-go. Then you start stepping on these demon backs, letting them know that you're not afraid of them. You allow yourself to go through a lot of crazy things, but you didn't lose love. You still put love out there even when you didn't get it back. You know how hard that is? You have to realize you was already in a vampire type situation with people ciphering energy. But you gotta remember, the world is negative. Unfortunately, it's a very negative world. So this negativity is ciphering energy from you every day. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, you got people saying something negative about you, and they just siphon the crap out of your energy, and you always find a way to build it back up. And I know you got caught up in different things, but you made it out. You see how many people still caught up in that world? And even when you made it out, you wasn't scared. You said, I'm gonna tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. But at that moment, you have to realize this: if nobody loves you, you finally found the love within yourself. Now that is the best success story I've ever heard. So, I applaud you. I'm proud of you. Well done. Continue growing. Continue being your best self. Don't allow anyone in the world, even myself, okay, tear you down. You're an amazing person, and remember that. You're not who you was. And whenever you feel like you're making, how can I say it? Whenever you feel like life could be hitting you, remember what you've been through. It ain't gonna be nowhere near to that. And when those thoughts come in, just continue loving yourself, and we'll get through it from there. On that note, I love you. Keep up the amazing work, and as always, have a blessed day.